Hey y'all, it's Coach K, and I want to welcome you to another episode of the Supporting Cast. This series is all about supporting those that are the support system for student athletes, pro athletes, professionals in the sports world, just people who are connected to families, are connected to individuals who serve in athletics. All this month, we've been talking about different concepts that kind of help you to stay focused on building yourself and making sure that you don't lose yourself within this craziness that we call the sports world. Last week, we talked about acknowledgement and self-reflection and how important it is to understand where you stand in the moment and what, the true reality is of your circumstances. Being able to explore that space and understand what's actually going on from your own perspective is going to be so vital because it helps you to have talking points and it helps you to be able to, you know, come to the table and discuss your grievances or even things that you see that are great with a clear mind, and it ensures that you don't miss anything. So this week, I want to talk to you about what you discovered. Like, how did it impact you? Or how has it been impacting you? And then we want to talk about things that we feel that needs to be put in place to help you feel supported. I hope that you've had an opportunity to really sit down and write down the things that you needed to acknowledge and the things that you've been seeing over the time that you've been connected to this person or a brother or sister to an athlete. Like, I hope that you've been able to sit down and really write down what's been happening and how you played a role in what's been happening and the impacts of that. Because understanding how this world impacts you and how it either positively or negatively causes you to respond or react is going to be vital when it comes to redesigning how you approach, this life, or how you approach continuing to build within this structure with the people that you support. So this week, I want you to take what you did last week and I want you to flesh it out even more. The next step is really, really diving into how this impacts you. Is it a positive impact? Is it a negative impact? Each one of those things that you wrote down last week that you acknowledged, I want you to really dive into each of them and I want you to be detailed about how it impacts you. You got to go a little bit deeper and say how it impacts you. Like, how does it negatively impact you? How does it positively impact you? And then I want you to take it a step further and I want you to come up with solutions for it, because whenever there's an issue or whenever there's something that's happening, it's a lot better to approach a situation with said solutions versus creating or promoting a problem. So from your own perspective, it's going to be really important that you understand what you actually need from the situation so that you can feel secure as well, so that you can be your best self and respond and move accordingly in your best self. Nobody can tell us that information but you, because you are you. And nobody knows you better than you. So taking the time to do the legwork of examining what you've acknowledged, breaking it down to find out, is it positively or negatively impacting you? And in what ways is it positively or negatively impacting you? Then backdooring that with things that you can see that can be implemented to help you feel more secure or to establish a solid foundation to help you to be secure in your standing. It's going to be really, really helpful when it comes to having that conversation with whoever it is you need to speak to and whoever it is you need to make adjustments with. So this week, I want you to really focus on those last two steps. That way, when it comes time to communicate your thoughts, communicate your feelings, communicate what's going on, you already know what to say. You already know how you feel. And you took the time to go through the process so that you can let go of any pettiness or any attitude that may come out. Going through this process helps you to be clear on what you stand on. It makes you be clear on the actual situation instead of feeling the feels or being controlled by your emotions. So I hope that this is helpful. I know that it may not be extremely extravagant, but honestly, when it comes to life, the more simplistic things are, the more impactful they can be. It's just about applying what you hear and applying the tools that you may be given. Because sometimes it can be the most extravagant thing, and then you apply it and it still doesn't do what it needs to get done. So I hope that, what I'm providing or what I'm saying to you is helpful, and that it gives you an opportunity to really create a clear picture of where you are, what you desire, and how you want to move. Because at the end of the day, regardless of who you're supporting or who you're connected to, you're an individual as well, and that God called you to do a certain thing as well. So you have to be able to make sure that you create space in your life to make sure that you are doing the things that you've been called to do. It's beautiful to be a support system. We've all been called to be a support system in some type of way, but you cannot allow your love and your wantingness to allow yourself to get lost in someone else's world and not pursue the things that God has called you to pursue as well. Now, I understand that when it comes to certain seasons, things may have to shift a little bit, and like you may be able to do certain things in certain seasons. I get that wholeheartedly. Like, timing is everything, right? But to not have a mindset to pursue your calling or to make sure that your life has meaning as well, that's not acceptable. Like, you have, even if your calling is to be a mother, even if your calling is to be a father, doing that at the highest level and doing that with the clearest mind is the most important thing. And so boundaries and standards and a foundation have to be set so that as a unit, y'all move one band, one sound. Y'all move like a unit. But if everybody doesn't have a voice in the situation, or if you're not communicating when you do have an issue, it's going to make for a rocky foundation. It's not going to be stable. So my whole point in this series is just to encourage you to make sure you're doing your self audits, your self checks, that you are okay where you are and in this space. And that if you're not secure or feeling, heard in a situation, I want to help give you the tools to help you, be able to voice what needs to be told, or to be able to connect with that person or that mom or that dad or that brother or that sister, to be able to identify what the issues are and be able to clearly communicate them so that y'all can find a solution and move forward, and everybody can thrive, even if it's in different timing, even if it's in different seasons. But understanding and knowing that everybody has a voice and a purpose is vital and is important. So I hope that was helpful. I'll talk to y'all next week. And until next time, stay focused, trust God, and respect the process. I'm Coach K. I love y'all. Bye.